We have had all Hall of Fame guests this month, and it's not stopping today. It's all Celebrity Request March, and we have an amazing guest today. It's Melissa Hill, multiple award-winning Melissa Hill, and she brought with her 1995's Penetrator 2 Grudge Day. I don't want to start off by being an antagonistic weirdo, but I can't help myself. Why wasn't it called Penetrator 2 Grudgement Day? Grudgement Day? I do free punch-offs. Hi, I'm Jason from Barefoot. This is Squeaky Clean Adult Films, and this is All Celebrity Request March with Melissa Hill. This picture is amazing. About a month ago, we screened Bad Wives, and Melissa Hill won Best Supporting Actor. Today, we're doing Penetrator 2, and she won Best Actor of the Year for this.
I did. Looking at it now, though, I'm like, really? I watch it now, 30 years later, and I think, oh, I could have done that so much better now.
Well, that's just par for the course. Everyone does that.
Part was supposed to originally be played by Ashlyn Gear, but by the time he finally found a studio that was willing to make it and, provide somewhat of a budget, she had retired. So in stepped me.
Very cool.
I don't think I did it. I mean, Ashlyn would have done, I think, a much better job. I think it was weird watching it now. I watched the 20 minutes that you had, the PG version, and I think, wow, I was really too young I was 27, but I feel like I was too young to bring to it the maturity that should have been brought to that part. And at the time, the industry also kind of like laughed over the fact that, I was playing the mom and Kaitlyn was playing the daughter.
That's what they have suspension of disbelief for. And I love Ashlyn Gear, but I can't imagine this without Melissa. Let's hear about the production.
It took a long time to make. The director, Nic Cramer, had actually written it, years before. We spent 5 days shooting on film, which at that time was, not that many people were shooting on film anymore. So by the time it was finally greenlit, the original budget had been cut in half. So, some of the stuff had to be, cheated a little bit. But yeah, I remember at the time, though, it was a really great experience. And we basically lived at the studio for 5 days. We had an international cast. Alberto was from Belgium. And we had people from Sweden working in front of the camera, behind the camera. So, yeah, it was really great.
My family's from Sweden. Listen to me. I killed the vibe. I always kill the vibe. I usually edit around it. But speaking of Sweden, let's hear about the director. I knew that Nic Cramer was from Sweden. This is the first Nic Cramer film we've ever done, which is crazy because I'm editing prior to you and I and All Celebrity Request March. I'm editing 2 Nic Cramer movies. So,
really?
So a bunch will start coming out. And,
that's so cool. I bet Clockwork Orgy would be a good one.
That's one of them.
When I was watching the edit that you'd sent me the other day, I was laughing my ass off because I completely forgot that he had the cameo in the backseat of the patrol car. That's him.
That is perfect. That is such like a Alfred Hitchcock cameo.
That was the reason. Yeah, Nic was actually, a real filmmaker. He was an actor in Sweden, and he did some acting here in the United States. I think he was in People Under the Stairs. So really? he was a putz. I met him when we went to the Philippines to film the other movie that I had sent in. This is my second choice, the Apocalypse movie. And we spent a month filming that one. Apocalypse Climax. We talk a lot about that picture in the full interview, which will be coming out soon. Okay, I think we kept that spoiler free. There'll be a bunch more after the film. Jake Jacobs is our DP. Jonathan Morgan with Jake cut this picture. They own Scuzzy Post. Jonathan's also in this. Amazing. Nic Cramer is the director of this film. It's his first time on the show. We'll be seeing a bunch more of him. Go Swedes.
This picture's 82 minutes long, clean cut is 20, and we are in PGville big time. We have 4 soft swears, we have a lot of guns. Have you ever seen Terminator 2? Come on. And we have quite a bit to talk about sex. The human sexual resistance. But don't worry, it's PG. I will meet you, and Melissa will be with me in 20 minutes.
Millions of sex lives ended August 29th, 1997. The survivors of the Big Bang called the war Grudge Day. They battled only to fend off a new nightmare, the war against the machine. Fishnet, the computer which controlled the machines, sent 2 penetrators back through time. Their mission? To destroy the leader of the human sexual resistance, Dawn Connor, my daughter. The first penetrator was programmed to penetrate me. It failed. The second penetrator was sent to penetrate Dawn herself while she was still wild. As before, the human sexual resistance was able to send a bone warrior, a protector for Dawn.
I need your jacket and your motorcycle.
You. Dawn? Dawn! Get your ass in here right now. Mess you made.
Torque.
Dawn! Dawn! Get your butt back in the house right now. Do as your mother says.
She's not my mom, Ted.
She has been diagnosed with acute psychotic schizosex disorder. All the indicators are there. The promiscuity, The violent acting out, the exhibitionism, the delusionary prostitution, the promiscuity architecture is actually quite interesting. She believes that a machine called a penetrator was sent back through time to penetrate her. Needless to say, he looks human. And for the father of her child, well, he was a soldier sent to protect her from the penetrator. He too is from the future. The year 2019, as I recall. Ah, here we are.
Good morning, Dr. Slitherman. How's your ass?
Fine, Farrah. See that she takes her Thorazine, will you? She stabbed me in my rectum the other day.
I think I've really improved.
Yes, your sexual aggressions and attitude have been very subdued lately, even positive.
Your treatments have helped me a lot. I see things much clearer now. And having a goal has really helped me a lot also. You said that if I improved in 6 months, I could have visitors. Well, it's been 6 months, and I've really been looking forward to seeing my daughter.
I see. But first, tell me about that dream you've been having every night.
It's the same wet dream I've had night after night.
Humor me.
Why do... It's after the war. The machines, the penetrators, have seized total sexual control. They've captured Dawn, my daughter, on a raid on her headquarters the night before. She's all alone. Nowhere to go, no one to turn to. They're surrounding her. I feel much better now. I see much clearer. I realize it was all just a dream.
Well, let me get this straight. Now you are telling me that these penetrators do not exist?
I realize that now.
But you've told me on numerous occasions about how this penetrator was diverted at the last moment by a blow-up doll before inseminating you.
Don't you think that if that really happened, there'd be some evidence? A doll?
So you no longer think that the companies of Fishnet and Cyberdyke are covering this up?
Dykeson, in the latest test results. Mr. Dykeson, I know I haven't been working for you very long, but I was wondering, well, if you could tell me, I mean, if you know.
If I know what, Brian?
Well, where it came from.
You want me to tell you what they told me when I started the department, Brian?
Yeah?
Don't ask.
So what do you think, Dr. Slitherman? Will you allow me to have visitors?
I'm afraid we have a problem, Farrah. I know just how smart you are. What if you're just saying this because I want to hear it?
You have to let me see my daughter, please. She's in danger.
I'm afraid I can't do that. You will have to remain in the maximum security wing of this hospital.
You son of a bitch! The penetrators are real! It's not just a dream, they're real! The penetrators are real! Penetrators, they're real! On August 27th, 1997, they're gonna... You're gonna find out. You hurt everybody! You're all gonna die!
Time in Thailand and Amsterdam. Then they locked her up. It's like, sorry babe, your mom's a nut. Everything's a lie. But everything she said was real. We gotta go get her.
Negative. P-1000 next move, maybe, to penetrate and copy Farrah. Then wait for you to make contact.
So what happens to her?
Typically, the subject copied is left in a chronicle state.
Shit, come on, we gotta go.
Negative. Not a mission priority.
She's my mom.
I don't buy this whole penetrator act. You know what I think?
What the hell are you doing? Get this dick off of me! Rain! Help! God damn it, let go of me! What the hell did you let go for?
You told me to.
You mean you have to do what I say? Everything?
My parameters are protect Down Connor from illegal penetration. Follow all Down Connor's orders.
Cool. My own penetrator. Prove it.
Hey, is he threatening you? Or trying to hurt you at all?
Yeah. Listen to me carefully. You're not just a penetrator anymore. You just can't go around penetrating people.
Why?
What do you mean, why? You just can't.
Why?
Just trust me on this one, swear? You don't know what that means, do you? Raise your hand and repeat after me. I swear I will not penetrate.
I swear I will not penetrate.
Good.
Say.
Come with me.
Of all would-be lovers who came and went over time, this thing, this machine, was the only one who measured up. In an insane world, it was the sanest choice.
accept those who are fake. My father told her this. I mean, I made him memorize it in the future. She's changing the future!
Guys, Dykeson.
We gotta go get her! We gotta stop her! Shit, where to?
Saberdyke. I have address in the files.
Well, come on, let's go! Come on, we gotta hurry!
Dykeson.
In the flesh.
No! Mom, come on, let's go! Come on!
Let's get out of here.
The unknown future rolls toward us. I face it for the first time with a sense of hope. Because if a machine, a penetrator, can learn the value of human sexuality, maybe we can too.
right, so what did you think about that? Was that not awesome? 35 millimeter in 1995. Let's hear about that.
One of the biggest topics of the 80s, the takeover of video from film.
Okay.
And so here we are in the 90s, and we're shooting on film. Not only this, but you also, 2 years after this, won Best Supporting Actor for Bad Wives. And both of those are mid-90s, and they're both shot on film long after most people had given up.
Yeah, I feel like I had a pretty blessed experience, but I was really selective in the projects that I chose, especially after my initial introduction into the industry. You know, I did the amateur stuff and the pro-am stuff. And once that kind of came out, I realized, you know what, I don't want to I want to do the stuff that like I came here to do, you know. I wanted to do projects that required me to speak. So I did get cast in a lot of films after that, especially working for Paul Thomas with Vivid. Very proud of the experiences that I had and the opportunities I was given and the ones that I turned down.
And in the full interview, we went deep into this topic. We just wet your beak here. And just a quick reminder before we go on, coming up real soon, April 10th through April 12th, Chicago Exotica, the Jizz Talking Booth. Go see my buddy Patrick Palmer. Guess who's going to be there? Friend of the show, Melissa Hill. Friend of the show, Lynn LeMay. And a bunch of other great people. Mitch is going to be there, and a bunch of others. Jizz Talking, Chicago Exotica. Let's hear about some guns.
It certainly appeared that you were firing a shotgun. You can see the sparks and flames. I'm going frame by frame, you know. I can see you kick back. I'm like, dude, I think she's firing guns.
Oh yeah, we did. We had you know, an ammunition guy who he also was the owner of the police car. So he was also our stunt coordinator. But I practiced the walk and with, you know, because I had to do it with one hand. So I spent that whole week practicing the walk, you know, step, 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 step. And then that scene where we used it was actually the final scene shot. Because we filmed that scene at night, which a lot of it didn't make it into your PG version, but we filmed that at night. And we were racing the sun. So, and it was in this big warehouse. So we couldn't cover the windows or anything. So I think we finished just before the sun came up. It was a long night that night. And yeah, so yes, it was real. I mean, they, you know, it was a real shotgun with real blanks.
It's like the most hardcore. It is definitely hardcore. I guess I should maybe not say that word in the adult film industry. I mean, it's hardcore like punk rock. It's hardcore. You're butt naked shooting a shotgun.
Yeah, that was, I do remember that. That was, I didn't like it. What I didn't, of course, you know, now looking back, I'm like, oh my gosh, what was I so afraid of? But at the time, I was like, I felt weird doing it because my belly would jiggle. And here's a fun fact. That same shotgun and same police car were the ones used in Bad Wives.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing? We've already seen that shotgun and that cop car in Bad Wives. Paul Thomas got hooked up from Nic Cramer. Okay, I teased up front that Scuzzy Post was behind this. That's Jake Jacobs and Jonathan Morgan's company. Let's hear about that.
Jonathan Morgan, I think he does excellent. I love him.
Yeah,
but right around this time, he was becoming quite the filmmaker himself, not just an actor. When I was looking at the credits, Jake Jacobs shot this, and he cut it with Jonathan Morgan was the editor of this movie.
That's true. Yeah. Jake and Jonathan were partners in Scuzzy Post.
Okay. So,
yeah, Jonathan had his, you know, no pun intended. Jonathan had his fingers in a little bit of everything in the industry. Now he's an agent. So,
oh, cool.
Jonathan really petitioned himself to play that part. He wanted it so bad. And so he did like a really disciplined workout regimen so he could have that body. Uh-huh. And I remember when the movie was released, everyone was blown away.
Jonathan Morgan, we're all fans around here, got ripped for this. He did so good too. And he had to do a bunch of that, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger coming alive in Earth, butt naked, walking around. I had to cut around it, but you'd already seen it. We're all adults here, and if you are of age in wherever you live, you should go check out the full 82-minute producer's cut, director's cut, original cut. I am saving this for the end, but I could not figure out Zoom updated in between my last interview and this interview, and I couldn't turn on record. I'm sitting there Melissa looks beautiful. I'm talking to her. Just a little, howdy doody. Okay, let's do this thing. Small talk's over with. Where's record? It was almost like, and I said this to Melissa, I promise you I'm not doing this on purpose. It was like I was doing a comedy bit. It was like looking for backstage on Spinal Tap. It took 9 minutes.
Okay, give me a second. I swear to God, I am sweating. I've never felt so dumb in my life. And I am a dumb person, so that's saying something.
No, you're not dumb. How could you be dumb with all the skills you have?
I could clearly not tell you that, but I like to make fun of myself. So here we were shooting the breeze about a couple different things, and we just got cut off. So here's one more topic and an abrupt multimedia ending.
When I was watching the screener you sent me the other day, I totally forgot that they had me smoking in this movie because I don't smoke in real life. So I smoked, my character smoked in Bad Wives and my character smoked in this movie. And that's the other thing. It's like, I think they did a really good job in editing Penetrator 2 to make it look like it wasn't unnatural for me. Mm-hmm. In Bad Wives, PT was so frustrated with me. We kept shooting it over and over again and that was another thing, like, it's like how I had to practice walking around with a shotgun. I kept walking around trying to practice holding a cigarette, which now, like, I feel like I could totally pull off if, I can't do the little, little flicks or anything like that. But at least I think, I'd be able to hold it and, I don't know, do a better job now.
So we have less than a minute.
Okay.
I'm so sorry that I wasted 9 minutes of your time. But thank you for doing this. Thank you so much.
I had so much fun, and thank you for including me in. Hi.
How did you like that? Melissa's so awesome that she sent me a video of her signing off. Hi. All right, that was amazing. I hope you liked it. I'm sure you did. There's one more week in March. We were going to go like last year when we bled into April. I don't think we're going to do that anymore. We just had a cancellation. I think I talked about this last week, didn't I? I can't remember. Cut this all out. But I think we've came up with a fun finale. We'll see. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I think that's very cool of you. We have donation buttons. They're down here. We have the dumb stuff we say. You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to like. You don't have to share. You just have to watch. None of that influencer bullshit. I can say bullshit because this is a PG. I've got to follow the rules of the picture. So none of that malarkey. I appreciate you. I appreciate Melissa. Thank you, Melissa. I had a blast. I want to do it again. We have so much talk about Apocalypse Climax. I could maybe recycle it and do a fake one celebrity request June. Nah, I'm playing. You'll see it in the full interview. Be good to each other, and I will see you next week.